Hi there. So here we go for the questions that you had. And regarding the slideshow, it's already open here in After Effects. So the first question is, I have 3 intro texts and 2 end texts. And the easiest way to do this, it is depending on the placeholders that you are going to use. So let's say that you are going to use 30 or 45. So the best way or the quicker way for you will be to use the 65 placeholders, for example. And all you will have to do is, for example, use this placeholder here for the intro text, and then the second placeholder for the second intro text. And once you finish up with your animation, let's say that you want to end right over here, all you will have to do is press N and then right click and trim come to work area, and there you go. But let's undo this. And let's assume that you are going to use the maximum placeholders already created, and you need to create a few more. So let's close this too, and let's say that we are working with the maximum here. So for the first question, which is how to create, you need 3 intros. In this case, I'm just reading your notes, 3 intros and 2 end text. So I will do for the intros, and then you will have you will know how to do for the end, which is basically the same. So what we're going to do is right click on the first transition, and we've got here the intro text. If we click again, there we go, where we can change everything and so forth. So let's close this and right click on the intro text, which it will be easy for you, and just reveal layer source in project. So here it is, instead of grabbing as I'm showed on the first tutorial. Here's another way. So now what we're going to do here is Control D or Command D if you are on a Mac or a PC, depending, to duplicate. And I've got intro text 2. And what I'm going to do right now is going to create a new transition here. So I'm going to reveal this one as well. Reveal layer in source project and transition 00. I want Control D or Command D once again. And this one I'm going to call transition intro 2, something like that. And this transition here I'm going to duplicate once again, and I'm going to bring this one holding Alt so that I can replace. Okay, so we have the placeholder here. We will arrange it in just a second. Now I'm going to open the new transition that we created, because it has the intro text, which is the first one, and we want to grab the intro text 2 and bring it holding Alt to replace it. There we go. Now clicking this one, I'm going to say the second. Okay, so I can close this now, and if I go right over here, if I disable this one, I've got the second right over here. So now what I want to do is put this one right where my animation would start, and all these I want to push forward. And in here we will have to get the best. Okay, somewhere around here. It's easier if you do by eye instead of counting seconds. Just feel the way that it feels better to you, or it looks better to you. Feel the way that looks, not. And there we go. So we have 1 and 2 intros. Of course you're gonna need 3, but it's just a matter of repeating this step, and there you go. Now one thing that you will have to do is, if you go to the end, you will have a shorter amount of time. So you will have to choose which composition you are working. At this moment we are working with 22, so I just right click composition settings, and I'm going to increase a few seconds here. Let's say 20, okay. And if we go to the end, it's too much, so I'm going to place my time line needle here, press N, right click, and trim come to work area. And there we go. So we have a few more seconds now, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So this is the way that you will use to create another intro or end text. So and let's place the mask right to the end. So it's just a matter, you can create 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as you want. Now the other question would be change the background for the intro and end text for black to an image. Yeah, so let's bring an image here. Let's close all these and just a beach. And now on transition 00, which is the first one, I'm gonna double click and I'm gonna bring the image right over here. In this case, this is small resolution image, so I'm gonna increase the size quite a lot, like 700%. Just as an example. So here we have the intro text, which is the fruit slideshow, a few curiosities, and then there comes the second intro. And for the second, it will be the same process. Just double click, intro text. Of course, you can use the placeholders here, but this is quicker. Let's bring a photo. I've got one here. This is a higher resolution. Now I'm going to bring one of just myself. Just drag it in. S for scale. And there we go. And if I go to the main composition now, you have one for the intro and then the second intro. Of course, we only change this text over here. And there we go. And of course, these are not animated, but you can animate the picture itself by going position and rotation as well. Sorry, not rotation, scale. And let's say that we want to increase the size and we want to bring it down. So we're going to get this movement. And if we go to the main composition now, this one is still not moving, but the second one is animated with just a zoom in, which you can play around and give the movement that you prefer, of course. Okay, so the first two steps, this is it, and then the third step is have the text location for each image in bottom left or bottom right. I can't recall, but I think I did explain this on the main tutorial. Nonetheless, let's check that because it's pretty easy. So where you say an apple or something like that, I think you said apple. This is just an apple. Yeah, I think it was that one. So what you're going to do is just double click on the composition and then double click again on the photo placeholder and you will have the text here. Just place it, okay, not like this. I'm going to need to press U. Probably that's why you couldn't do it. We need to select all the keyframes and we need to place our timeline at the end. Okay, so once you don't see a point moving, it's because all the animations are being brought together. So right now we will have at the bottom left, right, and let's just try something. If we put on the beginning, yeah, that will be okay as well. So all you will have to do is let's do that once again. Let's go for this one here, orange. Double click and double click on the placeholder, select both titles, then press U so we can see the keyframes. Go to the beginning or the end, doesn't matter, and select all the keyframes here. And now you can drag around and place whatever you want to place. And there we go. And of course, if you want to stop this animation here, which is the position, you just have to click the stopwatch and place the orange on the left or on the right, whatever you decide to put it, and you will no longer have that movement. So if we go to the main composition now, you'll see that the apple still has the movements, and then the orange stays still on the right or on the left or whatever you want to place. And regarding these questions, that is it. So hopefully this will help you to customize the project faster. Feel free to ask any other question if you still have one. My name is Roberto Jorge once again, and I'll see you soon.